Welcome back to Intro to Computers class. Today we're going to go over some features of Google Docs. A lot of these features we have used, but we have not really gone over them specifically or explicitly, and we're going to do that today. These are really important features for you to know. Later in the quarter in particular, you're going to be doing some work in this class and some other classes that are going to require you to use these skills. So let's go ahead and get started. Just a quick review from last time. What you have in front of you is a window. You can close the window, which means you're closing all of your internet tabs altogether. And these are your tabs. So right now I have an Amazon tab open and I have a Google Drive tab open. It's important to know the difference between the two, between a window and a tab. We're going to use those phrases this year. So that was the first thing I wanted to touch on. Alright, so we're going to open a new document. We're going to create a new document. We know we do that by going to New and then Google Docs, and you'll see up here it opens a new tab. This is not a new window, it's just a new tab. So first thing is we need to give our document a title. This is going to be example document. Alright, so that's always going to say untitled unless you give it a title. So that's first and foremost. So today we're going to be focusing on the different formatting options you can do in Google Drive. Alright, one option, we're going to start with our toolbar, which is all these items up here. Yours may look a little bit different. If you click on more, there's some more items here, and we're going to look at all of these today. It's important that you know how to use each of these items. So, we're going to start up here where it says normal text, and these are different styles that you can use. If you click here, you'll see that there are just simply all these different styles. There's the title, subtitle, heading, and really all this does is it changes the size of whatever text you're going to have there. You don't have to necessarily use this. You can change this on your own if you wanted to. So for example, if I have some text here, this is my title, and I want to make this bigger. I can just click on title and it'll go ahead and change it. But you can see up here it changed the size of my font from 11 to 26, and I can do that on my own if I want to. I don't have to necessarily do that by clicking on the title option here. So that's just one way to do it. Alright, a second issue or a second option that you can change is the different fonts. We talked a little bit about this with our email, but this is specific to Google Docs. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can see it. So if I want to change the different fonts, I have to highlight my text first, and then I click up here and I can change it to whatever I want to make my font be. I can also click more fonts here, and you can see there are dozens and probably hundreds of different fonts that you can choose from depending on what you want your text to look like. You know, if you want it to be professional, you want to pick something that looks more professional. If you're making a poster or a flyer, you might want to change it and make it a little bit more fun. You can make it look like it's cursive. So there's all these different options you can choose from in terms of font. It's really up to you to decide what you want it to look like, and that's right up here. The most common that you're going to use are going to be something like Times New Roman, Arial. Those are more professional looking fonts, and those are going to be what you're going to use for your academic assignments, unless it's something that's, like I said, more fun, a poster, something like that. So that's the first two items. The font size we've already talked about. Typically you're going to use 11 or 12 for the body of something that you're working on. For a title, you're going to use something more like 24, maybe 30. It depends on what the teacher wants. And again, you want to make sure that you're using the right size font for what you need. If you're writing a paper, for example, you're not going to put your text in a size 30 font. That's ridiculous. Teachers know if you're trying to make a font bigger just to make the paper look like it's longer, you're not going to get away with that. So be aware of that, and right now we're going to get a little bit of practice with this.